Hi there, my darling Aquarians. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to your reading for the week of October the 27th. It's Halloween week. Happy Halloween. So, my darling Aquarians, we're just going to jump right in and start off with an overarching energy using the Halloween Oracle. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then we will finish off with angel answer cards. All right, my darling Aquarians, what messages does Aquarius need to know for this week where the veil is thin? What does Aquarius need to know? Half. Happiness in our hearts and homes. Oh, I love that. What a beautiful energy. Happiness in our hearts and homes. The majority of the reading has been, the readings that I've done so far have been very positive this week. So I really do feel that, and most of the readings that I've done for October have been very positive. So, you know, I kind of don't want this beautiful energy of October to come to an end, but I do hope that November has some positive energy. I think there is going to be a Mercury retrograde next month, which, you know, but look, we're also used to Mercury retrograde. I know I am. I'm a Virgo. Mercury is my ruler. So look, occasionally there's a blip here and there, but nothing that I ever worry about. I'm used to it, worked with the energy, doesn't matter. Anyway, so you have happiness. Happy, 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 my darling. Happiness in our hearts and homes, my darling Aquarian. So let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Aquarians. What messages does Aquarius need to know for this week? Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I love it. I haven't seen the Wheel of Fortune come out for a while. Love it. 6 of Wands. And the Hanged One. Yeah, okay. What I feel, I can tell you right now what I feel. No more waiting. Fortunes are changing. Time to get going. Love it. Love, love, love. All right, my darling Aquarians, what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off with the beautiful Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune, I think, you know, it can be a little bit misunderstood, the Wheel of Fortune. I hear some readers say, oh, it's the lottery ticket of the tarot, go and buy a lottery ticket. I don't agree with that, and I'll tell you why. And that's because we should never leave, I don't think, our fortune to chance. When you go and buy a lottery ticket, you're effectively telling the universe, the only way I am ever going to be wealthy is by chance or by, you know, luck. And I don't agree with that. I feel that the law of attraction is all about working with the energy and getting into alignment with the energy to create our own luck, so to speak, my darling Aquarians. So what I do feel off the Wheel of Fortune is that you have enormous potential this week for your fortunes to change in your favor, but it's going to come from you, if that makes sense, my darling Aquarians. So look, the wheel spins this way and the wheel spins that way. It's up to you to control the wheel, my darling Aquarians, and you can do that by controlling your thoughts, controlling, you know, not being negative about every little thing, watching your words, how you speak to yourself and how you speak to others about yourself and about your situation. You know I have to pull myself up a lot when I speak about myself, even in a joking way. I might say something like, oh, this old girl, you know, and then I think, no, it's saying that I'm derogatory, I'm saying a derogatory thing about myself, even as a joke, and why? Why do we do this? Why do we do that? When is it because we're looking for someone to say back, oh, no, you're not old, blah, 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 and probably, yes, we're probably so starved for attention that's why we say it, my darling Aquarians. So I feel for you this week, you are being encouraged to control the wheel, control how you approach situations, control how you think about situations, control how you talk about situations, my darling Aquarians, and control the wheel is what I feel. And yes, that rhymed. Then you have the beautiful Six of Wands. And I feel that this is the result of you controlling that wheel, my darling Aquarians. I feel that this is the result of you getting into alignment also with what it is that you are wanting to get into alignment with, my darling Aquarians. This person here, they're being celebrated. You can see these people, they're celebrating her return. She's got a victory wreath here. She's got one underneath her crown, and then she's got a crown on. She has returned from maybe war, from a journey, and these people, they're celebrating her success. This is victory and success, my darling Aquarians. Don't waste this energy. I feel that this is the result of you controlling the wheel and being able to control the way you speak about yourself and others, and the way you speak about your situation and others, my darling Aquarians. That's just that is really all I'm getting off the Six of Wands. I feel that it's you're going to be celebrated, and it's, like I said, it's victory and success, and I love it. That's pretty much it. The Hanged One comes in, I feel, because to tell you that you're ready, my darling Aquarians. That I feel that this is telling you to get off the tree. You have had, you're illuminated. You can see this person, they're hanging from the tree of knowledge. They are illuminated. It's time, my darling Aquarians. It's time for you to get yourself off the tree. You have gained all the knowledge and wisdom that you need in order for you to be able to make the decision regarding that Wheel of Fortune, to be able to make the decision about which way you need to go, about which way you want that wheel to spin, my darling Aquarians. You've gained it. There's no need for you to stay stuck and wait any longer. Get off the tree, my darling Aquarians, and put into practice what it is that you have learnt. Put into practice what it is that will move you forward and will allow you to live the life that you want to live, my darling Aquarians. That's just what I feel. I mean, this is a really straightforward reading. And I love with this happiness in our hearts and homes, this is your end goal. I know that. Your ultimate goal, wish and dream is to have happiness in your heart and your home. Who doesn't? That's everybody's goal, wish and dream. So in order for you to feel that, you need to get off the tree, put into practice what it is that you have learnt, change your fortunes in your favour. You control the wheel, my darling Aquarians. And out of that is victory and success and happiness and being celebrated for the joy that is you, my darling Aquarians. Loving this energy for you. So if you're enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. If you could please like, share, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment. It really does help my channel grow. Let me know down below, do you feel the fortunes turning in your favour? Do you feel stuck? Do you feel that you are still stuck on that tree? Let me help you get off the tree, my darling Aquarians. All right, let's get final messages for you, my darling Aquarians. Peaceful resolution. Yeah, I do feel that whatever is happening in your life, you will find peace. Improving health, I think that's just a byproduct of living better. You need to ask your angels for help. Ask them, my darling Aquarians. Ask, believe, receive. That is how the law of attraction works. You're ready, they say. Yes, you are. You are ready. Get off the tree. I can't say that enough, my darling Aquarians. And you've got a yes. Love this energy for you. I mean, this reading is just beautiful. What more could you ask for than happiness in your heart and home? With the wheel of fortune turning in your favor, it is now your time, my darling Aquarians. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.